Also, I think I've been sleeping for like 12 hours because I remembered there was a time change. So I'm feeling very rested.
Hey guys, good morning. I am getting ready to go see my husband. But I wanted to get on because I had done a Facebook Live yesterday about the friends that you keep and the book of Job and just everything that God's been revealing to me and helping me with in my own walk. And I got such a huge response that I really felt that, hey, you know what? Let's make it a YouTube. So that's what we're going to do. So intermittently, when I'm getting ready, we are going to be talking about this. So it's like a makeup preaching. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera the whole time. I do need to be getting ready because we can't be late for daddy. Yeah, this message was so powerful when God helped me work through it, because let's be serious, the book of Job is not an easy book to read. I always literally would skip it. And I don't know, finally, I just was like, you know what, I need to read this because I've just felt at a very low place. And I don't know, I just came across Job. So if you haven't read it, I really encourage you to read it. It's intense, but it's so encouraging. And it's really, honestly, such an important message, too, about the friends that you keep. And who's around you, who's pouring into you, and are there people around you and in your tribe that aren't pouring into you and that are actually making things worse? So, yeah, this is, it's a great book, you guys. Sorry, I have to spritz to prime, okay? So, his friends were so jacked, okay? Because Job literally, again, I don't know if everyone's read this, but the big chunk is that, Job was such a faithful servant, such a great man, still is, not, saying that when he started going through all the attacks and getting everything taken away, that he was a bad person and that he did something wrong. Keyword, a lot of people believe that if all of a sudden your world gets turned upside down and you start getting all these attacks and all this and that you must have done something wrong. First of all, that's religion, okay? That's disgusting, okay? Yeah, sometimes are there things in our hearts that God's like, but he's a gentleman. So unless you give him your yes and you're like, God, like, search my heart, I give you this, he's not going to be like, give me. Okay, my freaking alarm went off right now, so I think it stopped my video. Anyways, talk about attacks. No, I'm just kidding. That's so annoying too. That's another video. But so, basically the enemy comes up to God and is like, and God's like, where'd you come from? What's up, punk? And he's like, oh, I've been roaming to and fro around the earth, yada, 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 looking for, let's devour some people. And, Satan was like, oh, well, what about Job? And God's like, no, Job is this, like, so many beautiful things he said about Job. That's another side thing, that God literally has so many beautiful thoughts towards you, more than the grains of sand. That is biblical. I cannot give you verse quotes yet, okay? I'm not that much of a theologian, so forgive me. But, so he's like, nah, dude, like, what's up? What do you got with Job? And Satan was like, oh, well, he loves you so much because you bless him so much. So, and God's like, no, okay. So he's like, basically gives him the okay, which again is, at first I was like, huh, throwing me to the wolves. But sometimes God will allow some things in order for you to grow and be cultivated. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. We need to grow, or guess what? We stay stagnant. It's like, I think of a sitting puddle of water. Like, that's gross. Like, it just sits there, right? So Satan starts messing Job up, okay? Like, messing him up. Taking his kids, taking his wife. Well, his wife was like, I'm not going to judge her, but she was not very encouraging to her husband. Basically, yeah, she's like, well, you need to curse God because look at what's happening around us. And no, he stayed faithful, still was praising the Lord. And then Satan started attacking his health. And I mean, Job's a bad dude, okay? Not bad as like he's a bad guy, like bad, like badass, okay? An ass isn't a bad word, it's like a donkey. So, you know, finally he was like, I can't, oh my God, like his world literally got turned upside down. And so that's when his friends come and encourage him. So his friends come, and at first they're, you know, there's that verse where they just sat with him because his sorrow was too great. Okay? Which a lot of the times you'll see, especially if someone you love or someone you're close with is just going through it. Sometimes the best thing to do is just sit with them. Don't say anything. Sidetrack, sorry. So they do that. They're all okay. Job starts venting a little bit. Okay. Which we've all done for sure. Okay. And then his first friend basically starts telling him, well, you must have done something because this is really bad and yada, yada, yada. And mind you, this goes on for literally like 20 chapters. Like his different friends, I want to say it's Bilhu and I don't know the other two's names. And it just goes on for literally like so long. Like I was like, dude, like give the guy a break. Like, oh my God. But that really like that really revealed to me like, and like really showed me like, oh my God, like it is very important the company that you keep, especially when you are going through a tough time. Because I've experienced this, people in the church, whatever, that not only weren't knowledgeable about like some psychological things that I was dealing with at the time, they just weren't like knowledgeable about the love of God. And they would say things that I'm like, I'm sorry, what? So, you know, but hello, forgive. That's another video. But I was just amazed, like, Lord, like, I thought every Christian was my friend and was a part of, like, my tribe and I can just share everything. No. So, point number 1, be careful who you cast your pearls in front of. Because even if you're a mess, like, you're just like, oh my God, it's still a part of you, and God loves every single part of you. The struggle, the mountaintops, the praises, everything. If you were perfect all the time, then that's no fun, okay? No, thank you. So, yeah, they're they're basically like ramming him into the ground. And Job's like, okay, another alarm went off. Okay, we get it. Okay, we're okay. So Job's basically having to defend himself against his friends. Like, okay, no. Like, yeah, should you have those people that pour into you and not just tell you what you want to hear? That's going to be my next point. And his next friend that was there that didn't speak the entire time. Okay, so Elihu, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was actually the youngest of the friends. So that's why he kept quiet the whole time, because he didn't want to be rude and disrespectful of the older men that were there. And especially in that time, like, that was a huge deal. I feel like it still should be, but hey, 2018. So he starts talking, and he's actually a prophet, and he starts speaking about Jesus. He's like, you know, the one that comes and redeems you and frees you and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's Jesus, dude. So I started reading that, and I was like, yeah. Because some of the Old Testament, I'm like, huh. Like, it's a toughie. But, so he starts, you know, prophesying. And he basically tells Job, you know, the storm has to come for you to reach that next level. So that wasn't the words exactly. I always get really nervous when I start bringing up the Bible, because like I said, there's some people are super cute and are like, that's not what the Bible says, and you need to be calm down, Karen. So, you know, he just spoke on how, you know, with a farmer, the water has to come, right? So if you garden or farm, I don't know, then you need water. You need some sunlight. But that water starts cultivating those seeds, right? And then the harvest comes. But it takes some time. And sometimes you have to go through a really tough time to have those seeds come to fruition. So, sorry, I needed to do my eyebrows not talking because, okay, I don't know anyone who can do that. If you can, message me. So, you know, this younger guy starts talking about that. And, you know, basically loving Job, but also being like, hey, don't be a baby. Come on. This is actually a good thing. And that brings up my second point, and having those people that are going to pour into you, encourage, and love you, but also to help you see the good things about a storm and not just want to push that away. And, you know, not denying the fact that there is a storm in your life. Maybe that may be depression or anxiety or PTSD, or maybe it's not mental. Maybe it's, you know, you lost your job. Maybe you're battling to get your kids back. Whatever that may look like. All those things will be made good in the end. And all of those things start cultivating those seeds. It may not seem like it right now, but trust and believe, God is a big boy and he's good, okay? That's the key thing to not forget. And, you know, because Job, with, you know, obviously all of his other friends, he was forgetting that. Like, he was struggling. I mean, and if you have people constantly telling you that basically you must have done something wrong and you are something wrong and, well, you're not that great of a man that you think you are, that's going to really wear you down. Mind you, that was over a course of like 20 chapters. So that could have been weeks. That could have been months. That could have been a year. I don't know. I really don't know how long that portion was. Again, 20 chapters, yeah, that took me like over a month, but that's just to try to study and read it, not what actually, the actual timeline. So he was hearing that. So finally, Elihu was like, no, okay? And was speaking so much truth. And like I said, do you have those people in your life that are going to encourage you to really fight in that storm and really brace yourself and have that foundation of who he is, rooted and grounded in love, so that way you can get past to the next point? Because this life is by no means perfect, and there's a lot of different things that happen. You know, Jesus said himself, this life will bring trouble. You're going to face some things that are very hard, but take heart because he has already overcome the world. Anything that you are going through is not a surprise for him. But surround yourself with people who are going to focus you on him and encourage you and actually not help you resist the storm. Like, come on, let's work through it. So that was just, you know, such a beautiful thing to see. And, you know, finally Job was like, oh, wow. And mind you, again, this kid is a lot younger than them. But he's a prophet. He's a man of God. It doesn't matter your age. God qualifies you. You don't need a piece of paper. You don't need, obviously, yeah, in some areas, like if you're getting a job or whatever, they might want you to have a degree. But God qualifies you. Hello, I manage a multi-million-dollar business. Do I have the qualifications to do that? No, I don't. No. They just popped me in there. But guess what? This has been the most growing journey, and God qualified me for that position. So, you know, again, surround yourself with good people who actually care for you and aren't going to put like little messes in your brain, okay? Stuff that is not sound doctrine, stuff that is not God whatsoever. 2, have people or a person really be honest in love with you and kind of be like, hey, stop. This is actually a good thing. Let's work through this, instead of, you know, as humans, and especially in America, we want the quick. We want it quick, painless, that's it. But a lot of stuff doesn't work like that. And it's actually a beautiful thing to be able to work through some really tough stuff, especially because it builds relationship with God. And you know him on another level that you never thought that you would even experience him. I know that a lot of you are probably not taking me seriously now with my contour, but you guys need to support me, okay? You need to support my journey. Who's my tribe? So, like I said, who's your tribe? Who are your people that love you, truly love you, and aren't gonna feed you religion, but help you cultivate relationship with the one living God who is so in love, so obsessed with you. And 2, who are your people that aren't going to help you with just a quick fix? Aren't going to just, oh, well, let's just go drink because then you won't have to feel anything. The cool thing about numbing is it doesn't last. So therefore, you have to always be drunk or always be high for you to feel okay. But guess what? God is so good because he delivered me from that. I was always high. Oh my God. That's another video. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to get on here. Almost done with this. And just really encourage you in that, because it's very important who you're around. And remembering that just because you may be going through something, that doesn't mean that you're like this like black sheep set aside and that God's just like, have fun with that. No, he is so close. But again, the cool thing is he's a gentleman, so he's never gonna force himself on you. You know, I've only been walking with him for, like, truly walking with him, honestly, 2015, the year that I got married. So I'm by no means like, I've got it. No, none of us do. But it's just cultivating that relationship and actually being encouraged that if you are going through a storm, you must hold something very valuable. A thief doesn't come to a house that's empty. So stand your ground, be rooted and grounded in love, like I had said, and truly know who you are. And again, surround yourself with those people who are going to tell you that truth. So I hope that this video will speak to someone. Hope y'all got some laughs too, because who gives a message and also does their makeup at the same time? But yeah, I'm going to finish up getting ready, and yeah, just have an awesome day, you guys. And know that you are truly loved no matter what you're going through. And it's an amazing ride. It's an amazing journey with the Lord. It's not easy, but anything that's worth having isn't easy. So I will catch y'all later. I'm about to go see my man. He's looking like David Beckham lately. Actually, he's looking cuter. Like Mexico City had a pageant and he won. So bye-bye. Okay, so we were driving in the prison, but y'all know I couldn't leave you hanging and not see the finished product. I usually don't wear eyeshadow, so Poppy's gonna lose it. But yeah, I'm about to fill out my pass. Hopefully not get arrested for recording right now. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day. Let's park the car. Don't do this at home. Okay. I'll see you guys later.